Hello, listeners. This is Kat, and welcome back to Put Your Hands Up Podfics. This will be the continuation of Call Our Crimes a Work of Art. This will be Part 6, Chapters 11 and 12. Chapter 11. Izuku has the contract in his backpack as he leaves Mei's lab, making sure she has the instructions for the meeting today. He carefully knocks on the door of Powerloader's lab. "Come in," he hears, and he walks in. Powerloader is at his counter, working what might be a headset of some sort. "Ah, Midoriya, what can I do for you?" "Good morning, Mr. Powerloader. I was wondering if you were considering joining with a team in the Civil War." "Sorry, kid. I'm just not villain material." Izuku nods. He thought as much. "That's fine, but are you considering joining the hero team?" Powerloader blinks at him. He's not wearing his helmet, which is new to Izuku, but now is time for business, not analysis. "I'll be honest with you, kid. If they ask, I wouldn't say no." Izuku nods. "I have an offer." "An offer? Kid, I said I wouldn't join the villains." "My offer's not about joining the villains. It's about not joining the heroes," Izuku says, pulling the contract out of his bag. Powerloader raises an eyebrow at him. "In this contract, you will find that Hatsume Mei has agreed to give you sole licensing rights to 3 of her most valuable inventions, and has vowed to refrain from causing explosions in class for 1 month. Powerloader blinks. "In exchange for what?" "In exchange, you agree not to join the hero team, nor tell anyone of this agreement before the first day of the actual war." Powerloader grins. "Make it 1.5 months and I'll sign." Izuku pulls out another contract. This one stipulates 1.5 months. If Powerloader is concerned about him having 2 versions of the contract, he doesn't show it, instead pulling out the pen and signing. Mei's signature is already there, and once he's done, Izuku signs it. "Thank you, Mr. Powerloader," Izuku says. "Sure, kid. Knock 'em dead out there," Powerloader says, grinning. Izuku waves as he leaves and runs out of the room. He can't believe that worked. He makes a copy of the contract and drops it with Nezu, then heads down to the gym. Momo and Monoma are already there, and he's sad to see that a few students he had sent invitations to aren't there. But none of them are crucial to the plan, nor overly helpful to the other side. But there are a few here that he wants to get. "Good morning, everyone. Thank you for coming here. I know there were other things you would like to do today, but thank you for coming," Izuku says cheerfully. Friendly means trustworthy. He talks to them for an hour, subtly changing tactics as they discuss. It's actually easier than he thought. They don't all agree to join, but the ones that don't promise not to reveal how many people he recruited from 1B, which he is grateful for. In the end, he ends up with 8 new recruits. Kendo, who will be instrumental to gaining 1B's compliance. He manages to get Iwase, Kaibara, and Hananuki, whose combination of welding, gyrate, and softening quirks will be invaluable. Pony is a surprise, but then again it might have been because he recruited her in English. She felt appreciated. Kororo is a surprise. Izuku thought for sure they would go with Tokiyami, but it might have been the fact that Komori joined as well. The last member of 1B to join is Reiko Yanagi. Her poltergeist quirk is so cool. Not the time. Focus, Izuku. A few of the people who refused admitted that they just couldn't devote the time to this assignment, while others planned to join when open sign-up started. Either way, that works out for him. He waits until the students not joining leave, and then he turns to his new recruits. "Thank you for choosing me. I promise to be worthy of the trust you have placed in me," he says, and leads them up to the lab. They have work to do. Chapter 12. Shota will be honest. He didn't think the problem child would get more than maybe one 1B student, but he's pleasantly surprised when he comes in with a decent group. "Okay, guys, step 1 is me picking a second in command, who will step up as leader if I'm captured or killed. Kendo, I know it's a big responsibility to place on your shoulders, but I would be honored if you would be my second in command." Kendo nods. "Okay, step 2. This is Mei of the support course, and Totoshi of the Gen Ed course. I trust them, and I am placing trust in each of you to keep them, and Mr. Mike and Mr. Aizawa as our secret weapons. We don't want the other team to know about them. Most of the hero team is going to underestimate us. Bakugo will not, and he is a threat." "I mean, duh, he has a crazy quirk." "No, he is dangerous because he will not underestimate me. He knows how I think. He might not be able to figure out my plans, but he will know something is a plan." "Then what? We take him out first?" "Not immediately. We're lucky he's not leading the team, but also harmed by it. If he were the leader, it would likely decrease morale, but because Kirishima's the leader, Bakugo's attitude will be filtered through Kirishima, making him seem a little less hostile. Again, I say, so we take him out first. No. There are certain aspects to this exercise that I was able to read between the lines. Bakugo needs to have at least one patrol. Then what? Then we take him out, but in a very special way. Oh? I want you guys to enjoy the show as we do it, so I'll need my own voice changer, Midoriya says. Okay. Great, now we need to focus on these students in 1B, he says, pointing. Why? Because they said they were going to ask to join, so them and anyone else on the team already need to be taken out. Why? Because they aren't waiting till open enrollment happens. The ones who are as much a liability to them as us. Explain, problem child, Shota says. Well, while the open enrollment students add numbers to the hero team, they are going to join 3 days before the exercise. That's not enough time to seamlessly integrate them to the plans and stuff. So, we take out people who know the plan so that the students who don't fully know or understand things are left, Kendo says. Exactly. Shota's impressed. He quickly looks when his phone buzzes. Emmy asked me out. So? Useless gay. I'm gonna scream Wasashi later. I'm happy for you, Namuri. It's a shame that it means I can't be recruited to a team now. Oh well. Oh well. This is great. We're going to a museum. Then I suppose you have to find an appropriate outfit. Fuck. Shota smiles softly. He looks up to see Midoriya looking at him. Midnight is confirmed not able to join the hero team. Good. That means their next stop is probably Vlad King. Why? Because their plan is to have Cementos trap us and originally have Mr. Aizawa erase our quirks so we're taken out quickly. But that didn't work. Mr. Mike would be next, then Midnight. The only teacher left would be Vlad King or 13, and we all know 13 doesn't like to use their quirk on people. They're also not going to be able to get support items, May says. How come? Because the only 2 people who are fast enough to make enough stuff are me and Powerloader, and we bribed him to refuse a spot on the hero team, May says. Shota prays that's not the contract Mike helped make, but honestly, with the way things are going, it probably was. Now, I'm going to dissect the other team's quirks and figure out who should fight who and who should run. What follows is hours of Midoriya painstakingly pulling apart every quirk on the hero team, and how best to counter it, and who should fight or run. Shota wonders how he missed this skill. He'll have to talk to Midoriya. All right, listeners, this concludes Chapter 12 of Call Our Crimes a Work of Art. Chapter 13 will be up next. I hope you all are still enjoying this fic. I'm eager to hear your thoughts and reactions to everything so far. And as always, thank you so much for listening.